Nothing like cutting it fine.
Got to ban lunchtime in the future.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2021 Australian Under 15 and Youth Championships. This is session 5, which is the men's 67 and 73 bodyweight categories. I'm your host, Linda Eads, currently in Sydney, in New South Wales. This weekend, we were meant to be in Hobart, having our first face-to-face national championship in over a year, but COVID put a stop to that. So rather than letting the pandemic get the better of us, we've decided to make the most of the current situation and utilise technology to its fullest to ensure these young lifters get an opportunity to display their skill and strength on the platform. These athletes have maintained their training programs to peak for this event, and now they'll compete for the title of Australian champion. I'll introduce them to you now. In the men's 67 kilo bodyweight category, we have 4 lifters. From Queensland, Luke Bidgood. Also from Queensland, Harper Mans. From New South Wales, Nelson Cheng. And from Queensland, Tate Stewart. In the men's 73 bodyweight category, we have 5 lifters. From New South Wales, Corey Radford. From Tasmania, Camden Clark. From Victoria, Jacob Tout. From New South Wales, Rhys Stewart. And from Western Australia, Lachlan Turton. Our technical officials for this session are also joining us from various locations around Australia. Referee Jodie Marsh, referee James Mildren, referee Rebecca Levine. Our timekeeper and marshal is Ian Moyer. Jury president Pedro Sanchez, jury member Lynn Jones, and jury member Mary Mackin. We will be communicating with coaches via the online change portal, which will allow them to enter weight changes so the competition can run as if it would if we were all lifting together in one location. We also have ground rules for the athletes, coaches and officials, and we've done our best to simulate the elements of an in-person competition. So our timekeeper and marshal will be running the scoring system and entering weight changes from coaches as they come in. The order of lifting will proceed as if the athletes were sharing the competition platform. As always, each athlete will have 3 attempts at snatch, 3 attempts at clean and jerk, and 10-minute break in between those 2 parts of the competition. Each of their best lifts will be added together to provide a total for the competition. Athletes following themselves will receive a 3-minute clock. So with that, we begin today's session. And our first lifter will be from Queensland, 53 kilos on the bar, and it will be for Tate Stewart. 1 minute on the clock. So the current call is for Queensland lifter Tate Stewart. Clock is counting and the bar is set to 53 kilos.
Down.
And a good lift there for Tate to start off this session. So the automatic increment will be 54 kilos, and because Tate is taking consecutive lifts, we have a 3-minute clock, and that clock has already started. There is no time allowed when lifters are taking consecutive lifts for the loading. Instead, they get an extra minute added to the 2-minute clock to account for any changes that need to take place. So normally our loaders aren't on the clock because the clock would stop while they're on the platform. But in this format, it's a little bit different. And Tate has also put through a request for a change in weight. So 56 kilos is the call on the bar for Tate Stewart's second attempt. Lotus, I might just get you to center that bar a little bit for me so that that the bar is straight. If I can get somebody to jump on to do that. So 56 kilos on the bar. Okay, Tate has changed call and puts 57 on the bar. So it now changes the order of lifting and it goes to Camden Clark from Tasmania, first attempt, and 57 is the weight on the bar. Okay, Camden going up. So it'll still be 57 kilos required on the bar, but the call will come back to Tate Stewart and we'll put 1 minute on the clock. Camden, you will be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift for Tate's second attempt there on 57 kilos. So the automatic increment is 58 kilos. I'm pretty certain that we will see a change come through, and so that will mean our next lifter will be Camden Clark from Tasmania, but at the moment the call is still with Tate Stewart. So our lifters getting an audible down signal from our jury president at this online competition. So Tate has put a call through now to change. So 59 kilos is the weight on call, and that is for our Tasmanian lifter, Camden Clark, for his opening attempt. So we'll see 1 minute on the clock for Camden.
Down.
And a good lift there for Camden in his opening attempt there. Camden's competing in the 73 bodyweight category. We now go back to Tate Stewart from Queensland, 59 kilos on the bar, 1 minute on the clock. And Tate is lifting in the 67 category. And unfortunately, not getting that bar up with enough height there, so no lift for Tate, but he was successful with his previous attempt. We now go back to Tasmania and second attempt of Camden Clark. The weight requested is 63 kilos. Luke Bidgood, please prepare. So the call is for Camden Clark, 63 kilos. Clock is running for Camden.
Down.
And a good lift there for Camden on 63 kilos. So the automatic increment applies, and we'll see 64 kilos on the bar for Camden. Luke, please prepare. Okay, so Camden taking more. So that will change the order of lifting, and it will see Luke Bidgood from Queensland for his opening attempt and 65 kilos on the bar. Lachlan Turton, please prepare. Oh, so Luke has taken more weight. So it is now for Lachlan Turton, West Australia, 65 kilos. Lachlan Turton also taking more. So it goes back to Luke Bidgood from Queensland. Luke also taking more. So we go back to Lachlan Turton, 66 kilos, and Lachlan is from Western Australia. Okay, Lachlan taking more. Now goes to the third attempt of Camden Clark from Tasmania. 66 is the weight requested. Luke Bidgood, you'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift there for Camden, finishing off with 3 from 3 in the snatch section of the competition. We now go back to the 67 bodyweight category, and Luke Bidgood from Queensland, 67 kilos on the bar. Lachlan Turton, you'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift there for Luke with our comfortable opener there on 67. We still need 67 as our requested weight, and we go to West Australia for Lachlan Turton's first attempt.
Down.
And a good lift there for Lachlan, just having to run a bit to get under that, but a good lift all the same. We now go to New South Wales lifter Nelson Cheng, and we need 68 kilos, and it's for Nelson's first attempt.
Down.
And a good lift there for Nelson on his opener at 68. The bar stays at 68 and goes to the second lift of Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood. So change of call, so Luke's taken more weight. So we come back to Nelson and 69 kilos on the bar for Nelson. No doubt that there will be more weight added to that bar. So yeah, Nelson going up. So the call will still be with Nelson, 70 kilos on the bar. So second attempt for Nelson, Cheng, 70 kilos. So Nelson, more changes coming through for Nelson, and the request is to go up to 72 kilos. And that will change the order of lifting to Luke Bidgood for his second attempt.
Down.
And that was a good lift for Luke Bidgood from Queensland for his second attempt. We now go to New South Wales lifter Nelson Cheng for his second attempt, and 72 kilos on the bar for Nelson. Kurt, I'll just get you to move that little plate off the side of that rubber there.
Down.
And a good lift for Nelson's second attempt on 72. Happy with that. We stay with 72 kilos and we go back to Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood for his third attempt. Luke taking more. So we go to 73 kilos and the second attempt of West Australian lifter Lachlan Turton. And unfortunately, no lift for Lachlan there, just a little off balance. So the bar will stay at 73 kilos and it will go back to Nelson Cheng from New South Wales for his third attempt. So clock counting for Nelson. So Nelson making a change. So it will now go back to Lachlan for his third attempt. So weight staying at 73 kilos. And clock counting for Lachlan Turton from West Australia. Lachlan, our second lifter in the men's 73 category.
Down.
And a good lift there for Lachlan on his third attempt with 73 kilos. We now go to Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood, and 74 kilos is the requested weight, and 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And it's a good lift for Luke on 74 kilos, so 3 from 3 this afternoon. We now go to Nelson Cheng from New South Wales. 75 kilos is the request on the bar for his third attempt. Yep, we're just waiting for, can we say a good lift for Luke Bidgood in that scoreboard?
Down.
And a good lift for Nelson. So the scoreboard's just a little bit behind at the moment. So we should have a good lift for Luke Bidgood for his third attempt, and we should have a good lift for Nelson Cheng for his third attempt as well. And that brings us now to the New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart for his opening attempt at 80 kilos. So we've just stopped the competition for a moment. So, Rhys, we've just got the jury stopping the competition for a moment. So, all right, we'll put a 1 minute time clock on there for Rhys.
Yep.
And there we go. We've got a clock counting there. So it's the first attempt of New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart, 80 kilos.
Down.
And that was a good lift for Rhys for his opening attempt there. We now go to the automatic increment. So 81 kilos on the bar, and it will be for Rhys. So we'll have a 3 minute clock. And I'm sure there'll be a change come through for Rhys. So Harper, please prepare. So we are chopping and changing between the two bodyweight categories that are here. So the bottom 5 lifters on the screen in the 73 kilo bodyweight category, and the top 4 in the 67. And we've had a change for Rhys come through. No surprises there. So we now go to Harper Mans from Queensland. First attempt, 82 is the requested weight.
Come on, good start. Strong start.
Come on.
Come on. Wait.
Down.
Down.
Good lift there, Harper, for his opening attempt on 82. That puts him in the lead in the men's 67 bodyweight category. We now come back to New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart for his second attempt. Requested weight on the bar is just gone up. So it now changes the order of lifting, and we come back to Harper Mans from Queensland for his second attempt. So we'll put a 3-minute clock on there for Harper, and that will start. I'm sure, though, that first lift looked pretty comfortable, so I'm sure he'll be going up. And he is indeed going up. So we come back to 84 kilos on the bar for Rhys Stewart from New South Wales, second attempt. So 1 minute on the clock for Rhys.
Down.
And a good lift there and a good fight. Just a little bit off balance in the bottom, but did the right thing. So we see the automatic increment applied there for Rhys, and he'll have a 3-minute clock. Harper Mans, please prepare. So that 3-minute clock when a lifter is taking consecutive lifts is applied in this online type of competition to allow for weight changes to take place. Normally at a face-to-face competition, we would be stopping the clock. So Rhys is taking more weight. So we now have a change, and that goes to Harper Mans for his second attempt. 87 is the requested weight.
Down.
And a good lift there for Harper on 87 for his second attempt. The automatic increment will apply for Harper, and he'll have a 3-minute clock, which has started already. Corey Radford, please prepare. You may be the next lifter. So our coaches are using the online change portal to make their changes, and Harper's coach has sent through a change now. So we will see a change in lifter. So it will be the first attempt for Corey Radford from New South Wales. 90 kilos.
Down.
A good lift there for Corey on his opener at 90 kilos. Our last lifter starting in this session from Victoria is Jacob Tout, also 90 kilos requested on the bar. So this is the first attempt for Jacob.
Down. Can you
And
please tuck in that shirt?
a good
into your
lift there
costume?
for Jacob on his opening attempt. We now go to the third attempt of New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart. The requested weight on the bar is 90 kilos. Unfortunately, no lift there for Rhys, just dropping that behind. So we now move to the second attempt of Jacob Tout from Victoria. No, Jacob's taking more weight. So we move to Harper Mans from Queensland, and the requested weight is 91 kilos, and it's for Harper's third attempt.
Come on, bud. Big lift. Stretch tall. Strong from the ground. Come on. Stay with it. Hold. Wait.
Down.
Down.
And for Harper on his third attempt there with 91 kilos. And everyone pretty happy there at Burleigh Barbell. We need 95 now is our requested weight for the bar, and it's for the second attempt of New South Wales lifter Corey Radford.
Oh, bro. Sheesh.
So call is on Corey Radford, second attempt, 95 kilos.
Down.
And that's a good lift for Corey on 95 with his second attempt there. So the bar stays at 95 kilos, and it goes to Jacob Tout from Victoria for his second attempt also.
I'm trying to, yeah. Oh, right.
So
Where do I find it?
a few lifters or a few lifts left to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Down. Down.
And a good lift there for Jacob on his second attempt at 95 kilos. We now go to 96 kilos, and it's the third attempt of New South Wales lifter Corey Radford. Corey's taking more. We now go back to Jacob for his third attempt, and automatic increment is 96 kilos. So Corey and Jacob both in the men's 73 bodyweight category. The call is currently on Jacob. So the 3-minute clock is counting, and that allows for loading time for the bar. So Jacob taking more weight. So we now need 97 kilos on the bar for Corey Radford. So Corey also taking more.
There it is. What'd you take
So
it down?
99 kilos is the call on the bar for both of our lifters, and the call is currently with Corey Radford from New South Wales for his third attempt. So Corey taking more. So the call goes now to Jacob Tout from Victoria, 99 kilos, 1 minute on the clock for Jacob. These two lifters clearly vying for the top position coming out of the snatch in the men's 73 kilo bodyweight category. So clock is counting for Jacob. So the left-hand collar on that bar is not done up tightly. And the lifter has timed out.
So there's no point doing this lift, Jacob. You've timed out.
And Jacob not able to hold that overhead anyway, but he had also timed out for that lift. So our final lift for the snatch section today goes to Corey Radford from New South Wales, 100 kilos on the bar. And just losing that behind, unfortunately, so no lift there for Corey on his third attempt. And that concludes the snatch portion of session 5, and we will have a 10-minute break, and we will see you back very shortly for the clean and jerk in the men's 67 and 73 categories. Welcome back, everybody, to session 5 of the men's 67 and 73 kilo bodyweight category. So we're just restarting the session after the break. So we're still in the warm-up period at the moment. And this is welcome back to the men's 67 and 73 bodyweight category. This is session 5. And we've just finished the 10-minute break, and we're going to start with our first lifter from Tasmania, Camden Clark, and the request for the bar is 74 kilos. So Camden just jumping in there a little bit early will then contribute that as a warm-up lift, and needless to say, going up with his weight. So we now move to the Queensland lifter, Tate Stewart, 76 kilos on the bar for his first attempt. Down. And that's a good lift for the first attempt of Tate Stewart from Queensland. We now go back to Tasmania to Camden Clark for his first attempt at 76 kilos. So clock is counting for Camden Clark, Tasmania, and he's lifting in the 73 bodyweight category. Down, down, and a good lift for Camden Clark on his opening attempt. We'll see the automatic increment in place and 3 minutes on the clock for Camden. So a change of call has come through from Camden. So we'll see that weight go to 78 kilos. So clock is still counting for Camden from Tasmania. 78 kilos is the call on the bar now. You won't see that clock stop because we add an extra minute on to account for the loading in this online version of the competition. So normally the clock would stop while the loaders are on the platform, but in this circumstance they don't. So the bar is now loaded for the second attempt of Camden Clark. Tate Stewart, you'll be the lifter to follow. So lifters, I will be giving you the down signal. So it's my voice that you're listening for the next little while. Down. And that's a good lift for Camden on 78 kilos. Automatic increment will apply and it will still be with Camden Clark from Tasmania for his third attempt. So Camden taking more weight. So it's still lift. So kilos requested on the bar for the third attempt of Camden Clark from Tasmania. Tate Stewart, you'll be the lifter to follow.
Linda, can you hear me now?
I certainly
Hello?
can. Pedro, welcome back.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. Thanks for picking it up.
No problem at all. The call is with Camden Clark and third attempt. And the bar is set for 80 kilos. So 2 bodyweight categories being contested here this afternoon in session 5. The men's 67 and the men's 73 bodyweight categories. And Camden is in the 73. So the bottom 5 lifters are, 6 lifters, 5 lifters are in the 73 and the top 4 are in the 67.
Down. Down.
And that's a good lift by majority for a Camden on 80 kilos. So finishing with 6 out of 6 today. A great day at the office. We now go to the Queensland lifter, Tate Stewart, with an 81 kilo bar. Nelson Cheng, please prepare.
Down.
And a good lift there for Tate on 81. We'll see the automatic increment applied and 82 kilos on the bar, 3 minutes on the clock. Although I'm sure that Tate will take more weight. So the call currently for the third attempt of Tate Stewart from Queensland. And yep, there'll be a call coming through. So that would change the order of lifting. So those loaders looking like they're getting ready to make that change. So just waiting for that change to come through the online portal. So the call currently still with Tate Stewart. So there is no change to the requirement for the changes to come through within the first 30 seconds of the proper 2-minute clock of the athlete. So Tate's changed. So we now have the order of lifting change and we get to an 83 kilo bar for New South Wales lifter Nelson Cheng. 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And a good lift for Nelson on his opener at 83 there. So we Automatic implied, and will stay with Nelson, and 84 kilos on the bar for his second attempt, 3 minutes on the clock. Lachlan Turton, please prepare. So the call is currently with Nelson Cheng for his second attempt. And Nelson lifting in the men's 67 bodyweight category. And changes come through for Nelson, so that will mean our next lifter is Tate Stewart from Queensland, and an 85 kilo bar for his third attempt. Luke Bidgood, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift for Tate on his third attempt there, finishing with 5 out of 6 today. We now see Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood for his first attempt, 87 kilos on the bar. Luke taking more weight. So that will see Nelson Cheng for his second attempt. So from New South Wales, and 1 minute on the clock for Nelson.
Down.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Nelson, just pressing that out. So the bar will stay at 87 kilos, and the call will stay with Nelson. He'll have a 3-minute clock and an opportunity to try that again. Luke Bidgood, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow. So 3 minutes on the clock when lifters are taking consecutive lifts in this online version of the competition to account for any changes in the weights. In a normal face-to-face competition, the clock would stop when the lifters are having the weight changed for them by the loaders. But that's not taking place in the online version. So 2 bodyweight categories being contested here today, the 67 kilo category and the 73. And Nelson currently in the lead in the 67 bodyweight category. We do have one more session today, and that is due to start at 6:30, and that is the women's 59 kilo category. 6 lifters in that session, and we do hope that you're enjoying the competition if you're watching the live feed. So current call is for New South Wales lifters for his third attempt, 57 kilos.
Down.
And a good lift there for Nelson, much better on that clean. And he finishes with a total of 162. We now move to Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood for his opening attempt, 89 kilos on the bar, 1 minute on the clock. Lachlan Turton, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift there for Luke on his opener of 89 kilos. And moving into the lead there in the 67 category. We now go to Lachlan Turton for his opening attempt. And Lachlan is from Western Australia, 90 kilos on the bar. And Lachlan is in the 73 category.
Down.
And a good lift there for Lachlan on his opener also. We now go back to Luke Bidgood for his second attempt, 1 minute on the clock, 90 kilos is the weight requested on the bar. Luke Bidgood taking more weight. We'll now go back to Lachlan, 91 kilos on the bar. Lachlan also taking more. So we will go to 93 kilos and it will be with Harper Mans. Harper also taking more. Keeping the marshal on his toes at the moment with all these changes coming through. So Harper also taking more. We'll go back to Luke Bidgood. 93 kilos is the request, and it is his second attempt, and Luke is from Queensland. Harper Mans, please prepare. You'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
Good. A solid lift there for Luke with 93. So we'll now see the automatic increment applied, although no doubt there will be more weight added to that, and that will change the order of lifting. So currently with Luke Bidgood from Queensland, Harper Mans, please prepare. So Luke Bidgood taking more. So we will now see the first attempt of Harper Mans, 95 kilos, 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And a good lift there for Harper, just having to chase that down a little bit, but managing to maintain that overhead for his opener. The bar now stays at 95 kilos, and we go to Western Australian lifter Lachlan Turton for his second attempt.
Down. Down.
And a good lift there for Lachlan on 95 also. We now go back to Luke Bidgood for his third attempt, 95 kilos, and Luke actually taking more. So the call still stays with Luke, and it is 96 kilos. So it's the third attempt of Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood.
Down.
And that's a good lift for Luke Bidgood for his 96 kilo third attempt there. So 6 from 6 today. We now go to the 73 bodyweight category, and our first attempt of New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart, 100 kilos on the bar, 1 minute on the clock.
Down.
And a good lift there for Rhys on his opener at 100. We stay with 100 on the bar, and it is for the second attempt of Harper Mans from Queensland. Lachlan Turton, you'll be the lifter to follow.
Down.
And a good lift there for Harper, certainly getting his money's worth on that platform just then, but managing to maintain control. We now head back to Western Australia and the 73 bodyweight category with Lachlan Turton's third attempt, and 100 kilos is the requested weight. And unfortunately, no lift there for Lachlan. He was successful with his previous attempt. So we'll now move back to the 67 bodyweight category with the Queensland lifter Harper Mans. Call is 101 kilos on the bar. So we'll just have Lachlan as a no lift from WA. And the call now goes to Queensland lifter for his third attempt. 101 on the bar is the request. Harper's gone up. So it now goes to the second attempt of our New South Wales lifter, Rhys Stewart. 105 on the bar, 1 minute. So Rhys also taking more. Call goes back to Queensland lifter Harper Mans for his third attempt, 105 on the bar.
Come on, bud. Come on, stop playing. There's your 30. Go! Big breath. Torso straight. Strong drive. Oh.
Unfortunately, no lift there for Harper, and he looks to be in good spirits. And he was in the lead and is still in the lead in the 67 bodyweight category. So, unfortunately, no lift on the 105. We'll now come back to the 73 bodyweight category and New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart, second attempt, 107.
Down. Down.
And a good lift there for Rhys on his second attempt at 107. So the automatic increment applies and we see 108 on the bar and 3 minutes on the clock counting for Rhys. Corey Radford, please prepare. So Rhys currently in the lead in the men's 73 category. 32 total, 2 lifters still to start their competition. So current call is with New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart, 108 on the bar. Okay, Rhys is taking more. So that'll change the order of lifting. And it will bring New South Wales lifter Corey Radford to the platform for his first attempt. So we'll put 1 minute on the clock for Corey. Unfortunately, no lift there for Corey. Just a little bit off balance. So the call will stay with Corey and he'll have a 3 minute clock and an opportunity to recover and come back and try that again. So we'll just reflect that on the scoreboard, the 3 minute clock there for Corey. We do have one more session this evening. So for those of you who are watching the live stream, that session is due to start at 6:30 and it's the women's 59 bodyweight category. So do stay with us. There's also a whole another day of lifting tomorrow. So if you're at home watching the weightlifting now and you want to find out how to get involved, reach out to any of the clubs in your state or the state associations. So we're counting down for Corey. Second attempt from New South Wales. Rhys Stewart, you'll be the lifter to follow. So Rhys is going up. So the call's still with Corey. Plenty of time still on the clock, taking full advantage of the opportunity to recover. Following these lifts, we will go through our placings. So second attempt for Corey Radford, New South Wales. Down, down. And that was a no lift for Corey on 110. So the call will stay with Corey and a 3-minute clock counting down. Rhys, you'll be the lifter to follow. So the loader's just resetting those plates, making sure they are right up close, tight to the sleeve on the bar. And normally the clock would stop when the loaders are on the platform, but in this format, lifters taking consecutive lifts get an extra minute added to their time clock, and that is to account for any loading that needs to take place. So we do have a pretty full day of lifting tomorrow, session 7 through to session 12. And we start with the first session, session 7 at 9 a.m. Our other sessions are at 11, 12:30, 3, 4:30 and 6. Originally as a face-to-face competition, this event went over 2.5 days. But now that has been compressed into 2 days in an online format. So we should have a clock counting for Corey. On my screen, certainly that clock seems to have stopped.
Refresh, Linda.
So
36 seconds to go. Down. Down. Down.
And a good lift for Corey on his third attempt, and much relief there as he needed that to get a total for the competition. And now the call goes to Rhys Stewart for his third attempt. And that will be a request of 112. I've lost my scoreboard at the moment, so I'm running from memory. So our second last lifter is Rhys Stewart. It is his third attempt, and the call is for 112 kilos on the bar.
Correct. Down. Down.
And a good lift for Rhys at 112. Oh, hang on. The jury is that a reversed decision? No?
No,
Okay, no
change.
change. No
Sorry, I hit the wrong
change.
button
Okay.
by accident.
All
a
right.
good lift.
So, Rhys, you can celebrate. That was a good lift on 112 kilos. So we now move to our final lifter in the competition from Victoria. And the first attempt for Jacob Tout is 120 kilos. 1 minute on the clock. Jacob is our final lifter for this session. Unfortunately, no lift there for Jacob, just not quite racking the clean. So call will stay with Jacob, and he will have a 3-minute clock, which is counting, and an opportunity to attempt that weight again. So currently in the men's 73 bodyweight category, we have in bronze medal Lachlan Turton, then Rhys Stewart silver, and Corey Radford gold. So should Jacob take this 120 out in his next lift, he will move into the gold medal place and push everybody else down one placing. So 3 minutes counting for Jacob.
Down. Down, Jacob.
And that was a good lift for Jacob. So he moves into the gold medal position with that lift. We now need 121 on the bar and a 3-minute clock for Jacob. And this will be the final lift of session 5. So that looks like a call of 125 is going to come through. So double reds. Always nice to see on the bar. So Jacob is taking 126 for his third attempt. And that will increase his lead further. So plenty of time on the clock still for Jacob to recover before he starts his third attempt, and it will be the final lift here in session 5 of the Under 15 Youth Championships. This event didn't take place last year because of COVID, along with many other weightlifting events around the world. And it's really moved the sport forward with the available technology, which we're taking full advantage of here this weekend, including the online change portal for coaches to make their changes, which replaces the physical martial table. So plenty of coaches very excited about that piece of technology. Here's Jacob, third attempt. And just not quite able to get that just on his toes, but he was successful with his second attempt in the clean and jerk. So well done, gentlemen. What a exciting afternoon in both the 67 and 73 kilo bodyweight categories. And I'll just run through the placings with you all. So starting off with the men's 67 bodyweight category, everybody was lifting as a youth competitor and makes it very easy for me to do the numbers. And in third place, from New South Wales with a total of 162 kilos is Nelson Cheng. So taking out the bronze medal there. And also the best location prize as well. There's a whole subset of prizes available this weekend, and that's the best location one. In silver medal position with a total of 170 kilos is the Queensland lifter Luke Bidgood. And in gold medal position, also from Queensland with a total of 191 kilos is Harper Mans. Moving to the 73 kilo bodyweight category, in the bronze medal position with a total of 197 is New South Wales lifter Rhys Stewart. In silver medal position, also from New South Wales, with a total of 205 is Corey Radford. And in gold medal position from Victoria with a total of 215 kilos is Jacob Tout. So congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please join us back again for the last session today, which is due to start at 6:30. We'll see you then.